What up, everybody? Welcome back to Jayfabe Wrestling. And yeah, now we're going to book a little bit of a more modern Survivor Series. We're rebooking Survivor Series 2019. This was Raw versus SmackDown versus NXT. And yeah, I mean, it was a pretty good card. I'm not going to run over the card right now, but I do remember some solid things. There was also title matches on the card. The NXT title was on the line. Adam Cole retained against Pete Dunne. That was a good match. Bray and Daniel Bryan, they have good chemistry, so they had a good match. And even Ray and Brock, that was a really fun match. That was when Dominic, not really his debut, but he, first got into the action. He tried to help Ray with the frog splash, so that was a cool moment as well. And when we're looking at the brand war matches, they were cool. The women's match, triple threat, it kind of disappointed. That was a weird main event, but the men's elimination tag match was cool with Keith Lee and Roman, the final two, and Roman kind of giving Keith Lee his respect. And the triple threat match between AJ, Nakamura, and Roderick Strong, that was a good match as well. And also the women's elimination match, that was a really solid match. So, to be honest, yeah, this card is pretty good. My problem with this card is what are they trying to do here? I felt like if you wanted to do Raw versus SmackDown versus NXT, let's get the champions in a match against the other brands. And I also thought it was weird that Raw and SmackDown were still feuding when NXT is clearly the outsider. So how I did it actually was I actually did it WWE versus NXT. To me, that makes more sense. The only challenge here was, to be honest, the NXT roster wasn't as deep as previous years because obviously a lot of the great talent jumped over, starting from Kevin Owens, Sami Zayn, Shinsuke, Bobby Roode. So all these guys are now on the main roster. So that kind of hurt the NXT roster. The NXT roster was still good, but I think the peak of NXT was definitely 2016, 2017. So maybe that was the time to really do the NXT versus WWE. But still, I'm going to follow the concept here and, yeah, try to make my card a little better. All right, so the first match I have the OC representing WWE versus the Undisputed Era representing NXT. And we also kind of have a champion versus champion thing going on here because I have the OC as the Raw Tag Team Champions, AJ Styles as the United States Champion, and obviously Roderick Strong is the North American Champion, almost at NWA, and and obviously Bobby Fish and Kyle O'Reilly are the NXT Tag Team Champions. So yeah, I think this would be a cool match, 6-man tag here, and yeah, I would actually have Undisputed Era start bragging. They would invade Raw and say how they're the most dominant faction in all of sports entertainment. Then AJ Styles can come out and say, you forgot about the OC, not just what we did in Japan, but what we're going to do now in the WWE. So, yeah, and then AJ and Roderick Strong could have some good back and forth here where AJ says you can't make it to the big leagues. And, yeah, so it'd be, again, a lot of great talent here, a lot of great workers here, and I would actually give the win to Undisputed Era just because at the time they were really, definitely one of the hottest factions probably in the NXT and WWE. So I feel like a nice win here on the big stage would be cool. And I would just do it 6-man tag so it keeps AJ Styles strong. Carl Anderson, he can get pinned. It could be a clean victory for NXT and the Undisputed Era. All right, next up here we got the second match. We got a cool Survivor Series tag match here. We got former NXT stars that are now in WWE versus the upcoming rising NXT stars. So we got Shinsuke Nakamura, Sami Zayn, Aliester Black, Drew McIntyre, and Kevin Owens representing Team WWE. And then we got Damian Priest, Cameron Grimes, Bronson Reed, Tyler Bate, and Aja Dragunov representing NXT. So yeah, again, look at all the talent here. This would be a good match. Easy build here where the young NXT stars, they say they want to get on the card, and they say that they're better than any current former NXT people that are now in WWE. So they create a challenge here, challenging former NXT stars. And yeah, this is the team here. Obviously, there's a lot of tension with Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn. That can be the key thing here, where they can't really get along. And also, because Kevin Owens he fought in War Games, everyone is questioning his alliance to Team WWE. So yeah, that can be a good match there. And I would actually have Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn be the sole survivor. It could be go down to Kevin Owens, Sami Zayn against Damian Priest, and it looks like Damian Priest is gonna eliminate eliminate Sami Zayn, but Kevin Owens makes the save, shows his loyalty, and allows Sami Zayn to get the win. So yeah, again, a solid match here, a lot of great talent, and pushes the story of Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn as well. But this time, Kevin Owens can actually be trusted, and Sami Zayn is actually surprised and he can't believe it. So yeah, the score right now actually would be 1-1. All right, the next match, we got the Women's Survivor Series tag team match here. We got Charlotte, Becky Lynch, Sasha Banks, Bayley, and Asuka representing WWE, and Shayna Baszler, Io Shirai, Rhea Ripley, Bianca Belair, and Toni Storm representing NXT. So yeah, this is just a lot of talent here, especially when you know Shayna, Io, Rhea, Bianca, Toni Storm, all the work they did after this. So it's pretty impressive here. And yeah, I would actually, obviously, there's a lot of tension between both teams. The NXT girls can kind of say, like, oh, they got the horsewomen here. We know that they have so much ego, they can't trust each other. And the NXT stars are trying to prove that they're better, because everyone talks about the horsewoman coming from NXT, but what about us? We're the present, we're the future of this business. But there can also be tension on the NXT team as well, because obviously Rhea Ripley and Shayna Baszler, they were feuding for the NXT Women's Championship, so there could be some tension there. And obviously Bayley just turned heel, so Becky Lynch and Charlotte, they don't like Bayley and Sasha Banks. And then Asuka as well. She's the wild card because she's had history with everyone here. So yeah, I think with all this talent, this would be a great match. Give them 25 to 30 minutes. And how would I book this? This is really a little tough, but I would actually give Team NXT to win. You know what? I'm actually thinking of holding off Bayley's heel turn until this show. So it'd be Becky and Shayna as the final two. Bayley just gets eliminated after miscommunication with Becky Lynch. And Bayley would come back in the ring, attack Becky Lynch, allowing Shayna to get the victory here. So yeah, I definitely think this would be cool. It establishes the NXT women. And also the four horsewomen and Asuka, they're already over, so they don't really need the W. And I think, yeah, having Bayley's heel turn here would be crazy, shocking. The fans won't believe it. And yeah, just be a memorable moment in a memorable match. All right, next up, we got the NXT champion, Adam Cole, baby, versus Daniel Bryan. So yeah, I would actually have each champion challenge someone from the other brand. So I would actually have Adam Cole call out Daniel Bryan, and Daniel Bryan will accept the challenge. And Adam Cole says he's sick and tired of people saying Daniel Bryan's the best wrestler in the WWE when he's not even better than me. And Daniel Bryan could talk trash and say, like, you know what? I defeated legends and I did it without backup. You need Undisputed Era to help you win matches. And he challenges Adam Cole to ban them from ringside, and Adam Cole accepts, and Undisputed is like, what are you doing? And Adam Cole's like, you know what, I gotta prove to Daniel Bryan, to the fans, and to myself that I am the best. So yeah, I've been just a simple build here, simple storyline, and these are two of the best workers. So I think it would be a great match. Back and forth, give them 15 to 25 minutes. And I would actually give Adam Cole the clean win. Yeah, to just establish NXT and Adam Cole, he gets the clean win over Daniel Bryan. All right, next up we got the Universal Champion Bray Wyatt versus Tommaso Ciampa. So Bray Wyatt selects Ciampa because he likes Ciampa's dark side, and he wants to see, you know, how evil Tommaso Ciampa can get. And Tommaso Ciampa, he's like, you know what, Bray, I'm not gonna play into your mind games, you know, and I'm not scared of you. So yeah, I think just great build here with Bray, you know, trying to intimidate Tommaso Ciampa, and Tommaso Ciampa is not really having it because he's the tough guy, you know, and he says, you're the one who should be scared, Bray, because you don't want to see how evil and how dark Tommaso Ciampa can get, because look what I did to my own friend, Johnny Gargano. Imagine what I can do to you. So yeah, and Bray can, you know, play some mind games with his other characters on the Firefly Funhouse, you know, just cracking jokes at Tommaso Ciampa. And yeah, Ciampa could get serious. And yeah, I think this would be a really, really, again, good match. Again, two great characters here. But I would actually have Bray Wyatt get the win. Bray can win cleanly with the mandible claw. Ciampa doesn't need a tap out. He passes out, so he looks strong in defeat. But yeah, I think this would be a really, really good match. All right. Next up, we got the Universal Champion Brock Lesnar versus Matt Riddle from NXT. So yeah, Paul Heyman could choose Matt Riddle as his opponent, and Matt Riddle can be talking smack the weeks prior, saying how, you know, he's a former MMA fighter and he could take down Brock Lesnar, just making these sly comments here. And Paul Heyman's like, you want to prove it, buddy? Let's go at Survivor Series. Brock Lesnar chooses you. And yeah, you could just have, you know, a great build where Brock is all serious. Matt Riddle, he's a happy-go-lucky guy. He's cracking jokes on Brock. He's saying, you know, Brock is too serious. You know, if I'm a joke, why is he taking me so serious? He knows that, you know, I could take him out. Doesn't matter in the ring or in the octagon, I could take him out. So yeah, you just have some good trash talking here. And Brock is legitimately pissed because he thinks, you know, Matt Riddle's an arrogant, cocky fool, and that, you know, he's gonna beat his ass at Survivor Series. So yeah, and even in the go home show, I would actually have Matt Riddle, you know, attack Paul Heyman just to, you know, increase the heat for the match. But yeah, I think it'll be a good match, physical match. This is one of the dream matches as well that we never got, so we get it here early. But yeah, I would have Brock Lesnar get the clean win here. All right, we're at the main event of the evening, and if you guys are keeping score, the score is 3-3. You know, Survivor Series, they got to go to match 7. So here we go. We got Team WWE, Roman Reigns, Seth Rollins, Randy Orton, Rey Mysterio, and Braun Strowman versus Team NXT. We got Keith Lee, Dijak, Walter, Pete Dunne, and Finn Balor. So, yeah, this would be, again, look at the talent here. Give these guys 20 to 30 minutes. Obviously, in the build, both teams have some tension. Roman Reigns and Seth Rollins, they're fighting over who should captain the team. And then on Team NXT, you know, you got, again, a lot of characters there. Finn Balor, they don't know if they can trust Finn Balor because he just recently jumped to NXT, and they're thinking it might be an inside job. So there's also, you know, some tension with Finn Balor and the rest of the guys. But yeah, again, this would be a really good match, and I would actually have it be down to Keith Lee against Seth Rollins and Roman Reigns. I would have Keith Lee somehow eliminate Seth Rollins, and then it would be Roman and Keith Lee one-on-one. But Roman gets the clean victory. But after the match, he gives Keith Lee the props, saying, man, you're the future. So, yeah, I think this is a few things. WWE gets the win in general, so it doesn't look that bad that, you know, they lost to NXT. But it also just, you know, promotes the future as well. Like, man, NXT was this close to beating us, and look at Keith Lee. He is the future. He nearly defeated Roman Reigns. So, so yeah. Again, I think this would be a great match. Great way to end the show with Keith Lee and Roman Reigns kind of embracing, and yeah, that's the show, guys. Let me know what you guys think. All right, guys, that is the show. Let me know what you guys think of it. I do think I improved the card. First things first, the Raw versus SmackDown versus NXT. It was a weird concept. WWE versus NXT is way better because, SmackDown roster was pretty thin, to be honest. So, just merging the teams here, they just make more better matches here. And I think the champions challenging someone from the other side is a really cool concept. You got a couple of dream matches here. You get Daniel Bryan and Adam Cole. You get Brock Lesnar and Matt Riddle, and even Tommaso Ciampa versus The Fiend. I think would be really cool. And then the women's match is just so stacked. Rather than having a championship match, let's put all the women in a match here. Just make it the most stacked match. And even the tag team match, I think, is cool with you know the Undisputed Era versus the OC, a cool faction versus faction match as well. And then to add on the former NXT guys facing like the young up and coming NXT guys, I think that's a cool concept as well. So yeah, guys, let me know what you guys think of the card, and I'm gonna run down the card for you all right now. So the first match we have the Undisputed Era versus the OC. The second match, we have Shinsuke Nakamura, Sami Zayn, Aliester Black, Drew McIntyre, and Kevin Owens versus Damian Priest, Cameron Grimes, Bronson Reed, Tyler Bate, and Ilya Dragunov. The third match, we have Becky Lynch, Charlotte, Sasha Banks, Bayley, and Asuka versus Shayna Baszler, Io Shirai, Rhea Ripley, Bianca Belair, and Toni Storm. Next match, we have the NXT champion Adam Cole versus Daniel Bryan. Next match, we have the Universal champion Bray Wyatt versus Tommaso Ciampa. Then we have the WWE champion Brock Lesnar versus Matt Riddle. And in the main event, Team WWE, Roman Reigns, Seth Rollins, Braun Strowman, Randy Orton, and Rey Mysterio versus Keith Lee, Dominic, Dijak, Walter, Finn Balor, and Pete Dunne. So yeah, guys, that is my card. Let me know what you guys think. Catch you on the next one. Peace.